Hello, my name is Benji and welcome to Knights vs Cards. Today we're looking at the Quacks of Quedlinburg to find out if a game of push your luck, bag building and odds and sods can really hit you in the feels. But most importantly, we find out if routinely quacking can improve your overall state of mind. So let's see how this plays and whether this could be the next game for you. In the Quacks of Quedlinburg, or Quack as we'll call it, you take charge of the brewing of magical... Wait, I'm being told that we're not calling it Quack. What about Quacks? Fine. Brewing magical potions is the name of the game, but don't push your luck too far because... kablooey. Quacks is primarily a push your luck and bag building game, like hand and glove. So you each start with the same number of core ingredient tokens, and it's these that ultimately make your potion explode. So the more you can fill your bag with non-explosive materials, the better your health and safety and the better your score. Each game round employs simultaneous actions in the first phase to keep the game moving swiftly, and all of the 9 turns will prefer a global effect on the game state. You then get your bag drawer on and start taking tokens out one at a time. Each time you do, and starting from the beginning of your spiral scoring track, you will place these tokens a number of spaces ahead of the previous token equal to the number on its face. And you'll keep doing this until you either bottle it and don't want to draw anymore, or until you draw enough original core tokens to value 8 or more, at which point, kablooey. Most of the coloured tokens you gain access to throughout the game will also have secondary effects that might have an influence on where you place them on your track or how you gain resources and score later in the turn. The rest of the round then represents you evaluating the quality of your alchemical monstrosity. The player who pushed their luck the best gets to roll a dice and get some free swag. You then get victory points depending on how far you got, and get coins to upgrade your bag with more swanky tokens. You'll also be able to earn the ability to move your droplet forward on your player board, which basically means you'll start each potion phase from a point further up the track, and then this process rinses and repeats over the 9 turns. There's the addition of new tokens at certain points in the game, and a catch-up mechanism featuring rodents of the rat kind. But it's the player at the end with the most points that becomes Chief Quack of the Clan Quedlinburg. So why might you like the game? Well, if you like the sound of push your luck comboing with bag building, I'm pleased to say the execution of this marriage of mechanics is exemplary. It takes all of the core elements of what make push your luck, aka gambling, fun, and draws it out for an appropriate amount of time each turn. The question of whether you take just one more token brings a delightful amount of tension. When you combine this with the ability to play the odds with a mathematical approach to how you've built your bag, it just ticks all the right boxes. This is also a game that's seemingly been built from the ground up, with those 2 mechanics as the core, but then layers of goodness added on top. The global turn effects add flavour and nuance. The rats had a nice little catch-up mechanic. The penalty for going explosivo seems just right, and the variety in the different ingredients and their effect on strategy in the game state are the cherry on top. Speaking of which, the fact that all the ingredient books come with 4 different sets of rules mean that this is a game with a great deal of replayability. I would argue that taking the time in the design space to make room for this modular approach to the major strategical element of the game is a masterstroke. It's like being able to take the cellophane off the box and play a new game each time you try a new set. Well played. So why might you not like the game? Well, first and foremost is the obvious reason. This game could drive you absolutely potty if you have a streak of bad luck. Yes, it's the reason the game is able to offer such tension, but the flip side to glorious highs is glorious lows. So if you have an inherent problem with Lady Luck, then think twice before handing over your cash. There's also a flip side to all those layers of goodness. It's almost too finely tuned in terms of setup and round upkeep Turn 2 adds another set of ingredients. Turn 3 the same. Turn 6 put another explosive token in the bag, etc, etc. I do wonder if it's all a little bit too much, especially considering the complexity level of the game as a whole. But when all's said and done, I cannot tell you how much this game exceeded my expectations. Well, I obviously can because I'm here spelling it out, but I honestly cannot remember a time where I've been less enthused about a game with so much buzz before I opened the box, and then been so blown away with how I felt afterwards. So don't be deceived like I was by the way the gameplay looks on the box. Take a leap of faith and don't look back. However, that's it from me. I'll see you next time. So the results of my 7-day mantra of quacking are in, and I'm pleased to say it has made me a better person. Save our ducks, people. Save our ducks.